All right, so next I'm going to burn a rice cake, and I've already cleaned off the can as well as I could and put fresh water in because I didn't want to use the already heated water, and I'm going to take the initial temperature of this water. And this temperature, this water has an initial temperature of 22.4 degrees Celsius. So I'll go ahead and put that in my data table. The initial temperature of the water is 22.4 degrees Celsius. And now I need to take the initial mass of the food and the holder. So for the rice cake, the initial mass of the food and the holder is 8.01. That's kind of amazing. The rice cake and the cheese puff have the same mass. All right, so 8.01 is the initial mass of the food and the holder for the rice cake. Now I'm going to burn this thing. Oh, and it will be 50 grams of water because we're assuming that 1 gram is 1 milliliter. All right, so let's give it a go. All right, that seems like it's pretty well on fire now. It's not quite as dramatic as the cheese puff, but it's still definitely burning pretty well. And this one I can probably monitor more throughout. All right, so it's definitely heating up the water. We're at 27 right now. We're at 30.1. 32.6, 33. All right. Still burning a little bit, but we're probably going to hit our max temperature pretty soon here. All right, so the highest I've seen so far is 34.9, and it appears, 35. Oh, that's smelly too. 35.5. All right, the highest temperature I see is 35.7, 35.8. All right, 35.8 was the highest temperature that I recorded. So let's add that to our data table. And now let's take the final mass of the food in the holder and see how much rice cake we burned. All right, so not as much, 7.332 is our final mass, so less than a gram of rice cake. And it's not surprising that it heated up the water a lot less than the cheese puff because remember, calories are energy. So a more high-calorie food, you would expect it to create a larger temperature change. And since rice cakes are lower calorie than cheese puffs, they created less energy when they burned. All right, so hopefully I'll display that data one more time to make sure you have it all. You can calculate the change in mass and the change in temperature, and that's your data for the rice cake.